Hey everyone, this is David. Welcome back behind the velvet rope. Let's just get right into it today. We have a lot to cover. Tom and
A lot.
Ariana. Hello, Kim
A lot.
D.
Hi. I just want to say I had a chemical peel yesterday. So if I look crazy, it's because I had a chemical peel yesterday and I'm all red and whatever. So, but here I am at 8:30 a.m. in New Jersey in my leopard pajamas, ready to roll.
Kim, let me tell you
Yes.
something. We have to be on time for the work day. This is how it
Yes.
works. When there's a
Yes.
time, a call time and you're late, you'll be fired.
Yep.
Like that's how people lose. You
Correct.
gotta like, come on, girl.
Why I agree. I don't want to lose my job. I'm
Now,
very
when
happy
you
to
get
be
this
doing
mug,
this.
girl, you use it every time. I'm not
The same way
spending.
I'm gonna get the same way I'm gonna get my Ariana and Tom book that you got me 5 years ago signed.
Let me tell you something. That book is probably worth something now.
Yeah, so now I'm not gonna get it. That's my present. I want it.
Fine. I went to the Tom and Ariana book signing in like 3 different locations, and I got Kim her. So it's a nice cocktail book. Let me listen. We're going through some major moves now, so when all that comes out, everything is going to be found. Before we get
Okay.
into Tom and Ariana and Brandy and Caroline with some breaking news and the episode and season 2, episode 1, where Kim D makes her appearance, which Kim is like, maybe you should watch this because the last thing I want
Yeah.
to do is watch old episodes of it. I watched it. I got some notes on you, girl.
Good.
Um,
Let's rock and roll.
but let's just say that April 18th, this is like a month away now almost, guys.
Oh my God.
Our live show. And by the way, Kim, we have to prepare a little something. Like we have nothing prepared here for these.
I
We're
know.
not just gonna show up on the damn stage.
I
We
know.
have to
I
spend a
know.
few minutes preparing for this
A
lovely
few
event.
minutes prepare, but we listen to me. The way the headlines have been going, David, we have no idea. It's probably going to be preparing the week before. There's just so much happening. There
We're
really
gonna
is. We're
we'll
going to
have to
cover it
talk about
all.
like Tom and Ariana and Brand,
Yes.
everything going on.
Yes.
And
Yes.
people have
Yes.
to get
Yes.
tickets, girl. April 18th, City
Yeah.
Winery.
Yep. Absolutely. They're buying steadily. But we listen, we're going to say this again. And I say this about my shows. It's a nice small room. Okay. So if you guys want to come, buy your tickets. We'll post it again. Buy the tickets. Okay. We're up to like 30 VIP people. And then there's a lot more regular seat. We're up to a lot of people. So it's rock and roll.
The
Celebrate my birthday with
VIP
me.
is going to be, we're going to have to do it organized. I think
Yes.
last time we had, I think like way less VIP. So it's going to,
Right.
Lorena's going to have to get that picture out. Everyone needs to get a
Yes, she
picture.
will.
We do accept gifts. I
Yep.
don't care if it's your birthday. My birthday's in June. Okay. So I accept gifts too, girl.
Yes, yes. And also, we're going to have merch there. David and I are bringing merch, just so everyone knows we're bringing merch.
I got to get my shit together for that.
I
So
have shit. I got t-shirts, sweatshirts. I got a lot of good stuff I'm bringing that night.
it's an investment. Get the posh name out, get the behind the velvet
Yes.
rope name out.
Yep.
Let's do it. Do you want to just start before we get into everything with Tom and Ariana? Because the world, can I just say one thing before we start? Before we start, I don't know if I get it. I don't know if I get it. Like, this is a group
No.
where Jax Taylor, who we like know that he's a dog, he was dating Stassi, and then he sleeps with his best friend, Tom Sandoval's girlfriend, Kristen,
Yep.
who's also
Yep.
Stassi's best friend. And then they lie
Yep.
about it for several seasons, and then it turns out to be true. And then they break
Yep.
up, and then there's a new kid in town named James Kennedy, and Kristen dates him. And then somehow Kristen's ex, Tom, becomes friends with this James Kennedy. No one's mad at anyone else. And then he's dating Ariana. And then Raquel comes and then she dates. I mean, we've seen this before.
Yeah.
Do I think this is like this poor girl, the way it happened? Sure. I don't understand why the whole world is now talking about this 24 hours a day, 7 days a
know.
week. It's just a breakup. Like, I think I'm predicting fatigue is going to set in sooner than later with this story.
Well, I have very strong thoughts and feelings. People have been DMing me saying, "Oh, I hope you're Team Ariana." I'm like, I don't think you're going to like what I have to say.
Well, lots of times people don't, but you say it
Yeah,
anyway.
say it anyway. Okay, so I watched some back things that were on the show. I'm not a regular watching the show. I watch it here and there. So I watched Ariana, some of the ways that she spoke to Tom, and like while they were filming, she called him a bitch. She really, and I don't dislike Ariana. I have no feeling on her. Okay. She really went at this guy and belittled him many a times on camera. Called him a bitch, called him this because he wanted to be a part of the book. She said many times she doesn't want to get married. She didn't want to have kids. She said all these different things. Okay. So let's pause. Let's pause there. Now, the second thing is, I don't think there's anything wrong with him moving on with his life and meeting someone else. What was wrong was that it's one of her friends. Raquel's one of her friends.
For 7 months, girl.
Okay, but wait a minute. Also, he said they're living together. Okay. And he said it wasn't the right time to tell her. That's how guys are. They're dogs. They're gonna stay in a state. First of all, they said they weren't intimate very often. He said that supposedly in this breakup, their intimacy had pretty much gone down the drain. Okay. They're young for that to happen. There's other comments that Ariana has said about this relationship. I knew this was going to end, this relationship. That I knew. How it ended, not so great. But let's talk about the bullying. Okay. This is a young girl. Okay. So she made a mistake. There is not one of those people on that cast that can throw stones. Ariana was making out with Tom when he was with Kristen. Kristen was slept with Jackson. They can't throw stones. I don't believe in bullying under any circumstances. And also, I don't believe in being a victim. Okay. Ariana, this relationship wasn't working. Yes, he fooled around with the girl that was part of the group, but don't be a victim. Like, stand up, look in the mirror, have some integrity, and say, you know what? It wasn't working anyway. I'm going to move on and find somebody else, blah, blah. Don't like beat this girl up mentally, physically, and emotionally. Leave her alone at this point. Okay, you put it out there. You sex shamed her. She sent the video. Now, and Lala, I mean, the way she comes off, who does she think she is?
That's my girl, Kim. That's my girl.
I don't care that she's your girl. She is bullying this girl. She's bullying her. She's another one. You have no room to talk. Okay. Bullying, bullying, bullying. You want to say something, say it and get it over with. You don't have to consistently go on. You're this, you're that. Like, none of you can throw stones. None of you. When I was younger, I did shit like this too. My first husband told me he was separated and he wasn't. And I started seeing him. And when I found out he was still married, I continued. It was already too late. It was already too late. We had feelings for each other, whatever. Of course, I didn't know the wife. And we all know in my book what I did to end the marriage ended within a year, and he left, and then I wound up getting married to him, and I don't even want to talk about that. But anyway, so I've been there, done that. I was in my 20s also. You know, she was impressed with him. She was excited by him. He's a rock singer. He's the star on the show. I get it. And I don't like the bullying.